I understand that we're going to need movement. I understand that we aren't going to accomplish anything just sitting still. But we just did this 2 weeks ago. This all just got started rolling 2 weeks ago. First of all, we need numbers. We don't have enough numbers right now to even make a difference. Anybody who's been passing this message and anybody that's been involved in this knows that right now all we're trying to do is to get to know our neighbors again and our fellow countrymen and countrywomen. That is the absolute biggest root to all of this. Because the more we know each other, the more we're going to know how to accompany a complete mass of people to make everybody happy and feel inclusive. If we move too fast, things will be missed. People will feel forgotten. People will start to feel like they aren't a part of this. And this is a complete 100% team effort. This isn't just me. This isn't just one. It's not Badger. It's all of us are combined. Okay, so if we all are not on the same page and we are all not at the best type of communication, with no hatred, with no regrets, with any of the feelings that we've had before, we can't have none of that. If we do have that, we're going to fail.
I'm getting the same messages like, well, what's the next step? And Brian and I are completely on the same page. We communicate all day long. And the thing is none of this can be hurried. And I know it feels like we need to hurry. But if we aren't solid, if we aren't methodical, it won't work. If we don't know each other, it won't work. It will burn out. It will fall apart because we are blending two families essentially. But even then, on the left, we fight all the time over there, right? So we have to get to know each other. I'd say that the first things to do are to start meeting up in person. It's also the best way to communicate while not being on phones that can't be listened to. So we need to start having Purple Revolution get-togethers so we can get to know people in our areas. And this has to grow, and that's going to take time. And I appreciate the enthusiasm. I love it when people are like, are you on Blue Sky? Because I went to tag something over there, and you and Brian were all over. So I went to make one, and it made me have a weird name, and I need to have something that kind of matches, so I'll work on that today. I'm also going to put my stuff over there on Facebook. But yeah, we got to get people over there too. So I already have a page set up over there, which is Cult College. So if you'll go start following that, then I can start posting on there and you guys can repost. And then let the games begin. But I think our messages are good and I think they resonate with people. I get the feedback from you guys, how this has changed a lot of you, how you're ready to be part of a team. And this has to be beyond a team. This has to be a family. It has to be one where we can trust each other. And, you know, I've never been in the military. And everything I've done, I've been able to do it on my own. And, you know, Brian comes from like, no, you have to be one. You have to be so united, so solid that when someone falls, you notice it. Like that you care so that you can keep moving. And the thing is, you know, if we really want to impact this, there has to be so many of us. We have to be so strong. We have to be so interwoven as one that when it comes time for elections, when it comes time to running for office, when it comes time to shut things down if we have to, there will be an army of us. And it won't be a question of, well, are they going to show up? Because of course you would show up because your family is showing up. Does that make sense? So I know people are like, we have to do something now. It won't work if we do that. Like, you know, I love everyone to go, okay, we're going to head to the White House, but then what's the plan? And who's going? And who do I trust? And what do they have? And are they going to run? Like, it's a dangerous time, and you really have to form something that you know is true and honest. And Brian is the real deal. I'm the real deal. And we reach out and talk to people for things that we don't know. Because we're clear we don't know everything. This just organically happened. And I've had a lot of people on the left ask me to team up, but I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to rehash the same things, right? We need a new conversation. So Brian, when I saw him on there, I hopped into his DMs. I'm like, okay, here's the thing. Purple. Let's do this. And here we are. And so we're working on making shirts and stickers and flags and stuff so that people can see who we are. We can recognize each other and spread the message, because people are going to continually be more sick and tired of the politics and of the infighting. And they're going to want somewhere to turn. And they want it to be someplace that doesn't look like a, fly by the seat of our pants. This really does have to be methodical. Groups that have really made an impact took their time, and they learned the best ways to do it. So there's lots to learn. But the two things that you can do immediately are start finding people in your area and hold Purple Revolution parties and get to know each other. Take cookies to your neighbors, because you never know, they may want to join. You have to start reconnecting, because when you're on here, when you see people from the other side, you get very heated and your mind goes to violent things. Your heart says violent things. You see them as an enemy. But when you go to the grocery store and they hand you a cart, you just start chit-chatting. You just start talking. And then you see them down the aisle. Are you following me? And maybe they help you take something to the car. And if you had a flat tire, they would help you change the tire. See, I noticed that. I get in here and it gets so in my head like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get him. And then I go outside, and that isn't, like the guy in the hall across from me, I have to see his Fox News blaring all the time. He's an immigrant. His mother can't speak English. And it just drives me crazy. And yet he sweeps my front porch every day. He's just the loveliest man. And I told him the other day, and I got to where I didn't want to talk to him for a while just because of my own rage from being on here. And then yesterday I just went to him. I said, you are so wonderful. And I appreciate this, because it's cut down on bugs and spiders and things that make me mental. And it just makes everything look cleaner. And he didn't have to do that. And he makes sure my area is perfectly clean every single day. That means a lot to me. And I could attack him for what he's being programmed for, or I could remember who I know he seems to really be. And that's where you want to tap into, is who these people really are. The other stuff is noise in their brain, but most of them, their heart is really good. And that is where we want to tap into. And little by little, we'll be able to do that. And as Trump screws up, and as infighting gets worse, and as the economy gets worse, and all this stuff gets worse, they're going to be more and more open to the people that have been kind and that have been generous of spirit. This cannot be rushed. I know all of you feel like you want to be in action. That's fine. Then do the hard things, like have a party, right? The weather's nice in a lot of places right now. Meet at a park. Do that. Because a lot of people want to do a physical action. Get to know people again. We've gotten weird since COVID. And a lot of us are introverts, and a lot of us are neuro spicy. So we're just like, I think I'll just not people. We have to people. We have to people. I have to people. It's hard. But this is the biggest part of the revolution, is the unity part, the unification. Because like I said, if they can keep us red and blue, they can walk right between us, and they can keep saying things that push us further away. But once you unite, you have a wall that can't be broken. And what do? And what if millions and millions and millions and millions of people have now become part of that wall because they're so sick and tired of the elite and the government telling us who to be and how to be and what we should believe about each other? This is us bypassing all of that and going to each other's hearts and remembering what this place could be if we stand for it. So if you want action, it is start Purple Revolution parties, unifying, connecting with people. That's a hard job, and it's the most important job.